Hi there, everybody. Today we are taking a look at the Life Organizer. This is a planner that was sent to me to take a look at, and now I want to show it to all of you. So this came with a little to-do list, and it's not sticky notes or anything. It's just a kind of a scratch pad. And then this is the main planner. Now, for those of you who have seen any of my videos, I'm kind of a one planner girl. You know, I've got everything that I need in here. And for some people, slimming down like this totally works. For other people, it doesn't. So, you know, as always with planning, you do you. But this planner in particular is designed for people who feel like they're not living their ideal lives and want to come closer to crafting that life. So as you can see, there's kind of a maze, but the path goes straight through it, which I think is kind of cool. It's the same pattern on the back, and this is gold ring bound. So it may or may not be something you want to throw in a bag. It might be more of a desk planner, but again, that's up to you and what you're comfortable carrying. So it's kind of got a little thing about thank you for being part of the path story and a little thing for online. If you want to check these guys out, it's www.lifeorganizer.me. They have an Instagram too that's also at lifeorganizer. I think it's .me. But I'll put it below so you can click right to it. So just, you know, this belongs to If Lost, Please Contact. Then you've got some calendars for 2017, 2018. Now this planner is undated, so you can start whenever, finish whenever. It does have a little bit of structure that might limit you in some ways, but nothing terrible, and we'll take a look at that. So there is a letter from Felicia, who's the founder of the Life Organizer, and just talking about, you know, becoming the best version of yourself, starting a journey without frustration, and this is supposed to be a tool to make your life easier and bring peace to your daily activities. So there's kind of the story of how the path got started and where this planner came from, some free bonus information, printable vision boards, stuff like that. There's a printable annual planner. This is 2016. I'm assuming it gets updated every year, but I haven't actually checked, so I don't know. And then there's kind of a workbook in the beginning here about finding your mission. So kind of determining what your values are, you know, finding out kind of, in order to have a plan for your life, you need to know where you want to get to. So this is kind of designed to help you find where it is that you want to get to. So you know, people you admire, why you admire them, kind of building your vision, who you want to be, where you want to be, how you want to get there, and what's your purpose in doing those things. Outlining your mission, personal goals, professional goals, long-term goals, stuff like that. Then at the end at the end of this beginning section, there's a commitment contract. So you sign this contract to yourself, with yourself, just to kind of commit to building your best life and your best self. And then there's a discount thing in here. And then you've got goals for the year, and it's broken up on this page by quarter. And then it gets even further broken down. You know, so you've got your goals, your quarter, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's what's my goal and what do I have to do in each quarter in the next X number of months to reach that goal. So you've got 3 pages of that. And then it breaks down even further. So this is just for quarter 1. So it's saying, what are my goals? What habits do I need? And what are my milestones? And then what's my reward if I achieve them? And then it's the same thing on there. So you have several pages of those goals as well. And then you get to your monthly layout. So again, this is an undated monthly planner. And it's kind of a calendar, and it's kind of so much more than a calendar. So you've got your plan over here. You've got your habits and your mindset. And my phone totally shut off on me, so let's do that again. You've got your monthly layout, habits and mindset, and then you've got your goals for the month, and then kind of breaking them down into weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4. Over here, you've got your notes. You've got a quote up here. I'm not sure who's being quoted because these aren't attributed. I think each month has a different one, but we'll see. And then at the end of the month, you've got lessons that you've learned. So that's kind of a neat way to look back. Then this 2-page spread of a month on 2 pages opens up into weekly spreads. So you've got vertical weekly here, And then for each week, you've got your goals for the week, which again are kind of here. Things you're grateful for starting the week. And then you go through your week and you have a habit tracker and a to-do list down here. So you kind of have your goals for your habits and your to-dos. And then at the end of the week, your wins and how you're rewarding yourself for those wins. And then things that you commit to improve. And then each month has 2, 3, 4, 5 of those weekly vertical pages. And then you've got a bunch of empty note space, and it says be creative. So you can take notes, you can, do sketches, you can keep a diary, you can keep lists, whatever it is. This is kind of your creative space to do whatever. And then you go back into the monthly layout. And you've got enough in here for a year, I think. And it really just pulls you all the way, same stuff all the way to the end. Then at the end, you've got some coloring pages. And these are kind of like meditative mandala coloring book type things to kind of help you relax or focus or, whatever it is that you use coloring for, if you use it. But if you don't use it, they're still pretty and they're back here. You can choose to use them or not. So I think that this would be a really excellent organizer for somebody who is really struggling, feeling like they're just kind of floating along, like they don't have a life mission, they don't really have a lot of goals, and they want to have them, but they're not really sure where to start. And whether that's because of imposter syndrome, you feel like if you set a goal, who are you to have a goal and to try to make your life into anything? And I've been through that. So, I understand. And I think that at that time in my life, this would have been an awesome planner for me. So anybody who's kind of struggling to find, what do I do with my life? Kind of setting your goal, finding your goal, setting your goals, finding out, who you think your best self is and how you want to actually get there and be that best self. I think this is a great planner for people to kind of discover, to really dig into what their vision for their self and for their life is, and kind of, find what it is that you're excited about, kind of following your passion, discovering your passion and following it kind of thing. And again, a lot of the strength of this planner, is in here. You need to go through the exercise of finding your mission, defining your values, finding your vision, finding your mission, and committing to it. And these, it's like 6 pages in a planner. It's not that much, but this can be a very painful process to discover and, face truths about yourself that you're not comfortable with, and then commit to finding a way past them. I did this several years ago, just about 5 years ago now, when I did The Artist's Way. It was kind of the same thing. It was, and I can link that down below too. It was a very, very painful several weeks of deep digging and self-discovery for me, but I came out of it much better, much stronger. And that was really when I started writing. I was too afraid of writing before that. I was too afraid of failure. I was too afraid that people would laugh at me. And I'm still afraid of those things, but I have also discovered that I can't not do it, regardless of whether people laugh at me. So, that's kind of the system that I used to find my mission and my vision and become a better version of myself and become truer to myself. But I think this planner would be a good for anybody, whether you're an artist of any kind or not. I think this would be a really good basic place to start and kind of say, what are my values? Where do I want my values to take me? Where do I want to be in life? How do I want to get there? And, kind of what steps are my milestones along the way. So again, you can find out more about this planner at lifeorganizer.me. And I received this for free to do a review and to take a look at it with you guys. So it's not something that I'm going to use myself, only because I've already been through the process, but it's a really neat looking planner. The paper is a pretty decent quality. It's pretty heavy. It's not like the cheap, super flimsy stuff you'd get in a planner at Target or Staples or whatever, one of the cheaper ones. So it's pretty well made. The ring binding is pretty good quality. It's pretty strong. Seems like it would hold up. I can't speak for in a bag because I don't really use ring planners. I haven't used a ring bound anything since college, so I don't really know how it would hold up in a bag if you're going to bash it around in a larger container. But I think, you know, it's nice hardcover, decent quality paper. Overall, I think it's a decent quality planner, and I think that for anybody searching for, you know, how to define and realize their better self might be a good place to start. So the website where you can find out more about this is linked down below. The Artist's Way is linked down below. And I just wanted to address one other thing. Some of you might, who saw my last video, I got a lot of really great comments on the last video. It was for the OneBookJuly. And I got some comments that took extreme offense to what I said in that video, particularly around, you know, if you're trying to slim down your planner and you just can't, you know, do sort of a self-evaluation about, are there things that you're trying to control in your life that you don't actually need to control, that maybe you can free up some space. You know, you don't have to track left-handed men in polyester suits that you saw every Tuesday, stuff like that. So some people took that as me calling them mentally ill. And that was never, ever, ever the intent. So I apologize to anybody who took it that way. Really, all I meant there is that if you have a huge planner and you're trying to slim down and you're finding it difficult to do that, then maybe it might be a good idea to kind of take a look at what it is that's stopping you. And if there is a situation where you are feeling like you need to control things in your life that maybe you don't necessarily need to keep track of these things, you may be able to, you know, wean yourself off them. And so if you have, you know, if you're using paper to track medications, chronic illness, symptoms, whatever, like that's not the same thing as having a separate book to track, you know, all of these, you know, separate book for each single thing you're tracking, or however. Like, there are certain people who may find that they can slim down. Other people, absolutely not. And the important thing about planners is that you have to make it serve your purpose, because there's no point to planning if it's not planning fit for you. So to anybody who took offense to my last video, I apologize. Certainly no offense was intended, and definitely I did not mean to call anybody mentally ill or unstable or anything else like that. I myself have suffered with especially, you know, trying to control things that I don't actually need to control as a substitute for not having control over other things in my life that I wish I did. So I've been there. And for me, it was an exercise in saying, do I really need to control this? What is it that I'm trying to take control of? You know, what's the underlying thing that's making me keep this journal or this record or this tracker or whatever it is? And then in other places, you know, where can I move a tracker to an app instead of doing it on paper? So I apologize to anybody who was offended by my OneBookJuly video. Certainly not the intent there. And I think that, you know, if you are in a place where you're looking for a way to kind of discover your best self and make a plan to realize your best self, I think that this Path of the Life Organizer would be a really good place for you to maybe take a look at starting with. So with that, I bid you a good day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.